If you've recently picked up your iPad and you're starting to use it more and more, like I am, productively, meaningfully, every day for work, then it's not going to be long until you want to really understand what the Files app is all about. And the great thing is with iPadOS 26, it's never been easier to use the Files app. And in this video, I'm going to walk through with you everything you need to know about the Files app, where to find your files, and how to use them. My name's David, and in this video, we're talking about file management on iPad. I feel that I have to mention it at the top of every iPad video that the iPad is not trying to be a Mac. It was never supposed to be a Mac. It's never going to be a Mac. It's its own thing. Embrace what it is. Start to use iPad as an iPad, and you'll find the wonder of it that I found recently, and I'm having so much fun using it. iPadOS 26 has made it easier than ever to actually find those files that you save from emails. Before, it was a bit of luck as to where they went, whereas now it's so simple to do. Last week, I suggested personalizing your dock. Now, I know some of you thought I had too many icons in my dock, but it works for me. But one of the apps that you do need, I seriously think you need to have in your dock, is the Files app. Why? Because to use an iPad productively, there's going to be plenty of times that you want to have two of the file windows open side by side. You'll see why later on. It's got a lot to do with drag and drop. As with everything on iPad, there's more than one way of doing things. So you open your first files window simply by tapping the icon in the dock. Then the second one, you could either drag the icon to the other side of the screen. That will open it up. Or if you prefer, go to the file menu at the top, drop down in view, and then you can add new window. So now you've got those two file windows open side by side. And you'll see, as I say, why that's important a little bit later on. The Files app has a sidebar. It's very reminiscent to the sidebar that you'll find in Finder on Mac. And you can personalize it to exactly how you want it to be. If the sidebar isn't open when you first open up your Files app, just go to the top here, click on this icon, that will open it up. The sidebar itself, you can also personalize. If you go to these three dots, you can choose which apps you want to have in the sidebar. And once you've done that, you can choose to have things like your cloud storage there, Google Drive, Dropbox, iCloud Drive. There is still this old icon in there, which I think is something of a legacy from the old days of iPad called My iPad or On My iPad. I think I'm right in saying that years gone past, if you created a file in a certain app, it would save into that folder. But now, of course, you are totally in control. So don't worry too much about that. But the other apps in there are really important, particularly your cloud storage apps and also the downloads folder, which we'll come to in a little while. You can change the view of the Files app as well. Much like a Mac, you can have icons, lists, or columns. Columns isn't for me, but I know a lot of people swear by it. It's where you can obviously drill down across and find particular files within a folder. I find it a bit messy, particularly on an iPad, but like a Mac, you've got different ways of sorting things out. You can also sort by tags. We'll be talking more about those later on. File size, file type, date added. There's so many ways that you can find the files now on your iPad because of the improvements that have been made in iPadOS 26. Now, I said that cloud storage was in the sidebar on the Files app. You'll see now why that's so important. Let's say I've got a file that's in Dropbox and I want to put it into iCloud Drive. With those two windows open side by side, proper multitasking on an iPad, I can now take one file from Dropbox and throw it over into iCloud Drive. It is as simple as that. And that's why I think it's important to have that Files app in your dock, and also the times you'll need to have two files windows open side by side. Also, let's talk about that downloads folder that I mentioned a moment ago. It's critically important if you're using your iPad for work daily, as I am at the moment. You're going to want to be able to save attachments quickly, particularly from emails, of course. And you're going to want to know where they are. Well, now it's as simple as just tapping on the attachment and saving it. It goes to Save Files, Downloads, and you know it's in the Downloads folder, which is part of your Files app in the sidebar. It's a shame at the moment that we can't download a group of attachments at one go, but hopefully that's something Apple will work on. And later in the year, we might well get an update that will allow us to group and just select all of the attachments on an email. But for now, select them one by one, but put them in your Downloads folder. Now, if you want to sign a PDF, annotate a PDF, forward something on, or just have temporary storage, you know where it is. It's all part of that Files app. Files on the iPad is really important to understand. Talking about emails for just a moment, if you, like I have got more than one email account on your iPad, did you know you can set a default email account so that every time you go to the Mail app, that's the primary account? All you need to go to is the Mails app, set your default account, and now every time you open up the Mail app, that will be the account that an email gets sent from by default. Drag and drop. I've just mentioned how important that is with something like Dropbox, and it makes things so simple and so easy. It's a really logical way to work. And on as much as you can't save more than one attachment from an email, when you're in the downloads folder, for instance, let's look at these photos I've got here. You can hit select at the top, tick in those circles by the side of the files you want to attach. Then I can just drag all those files in one go onto an email, and suddenly I've got those 3, 4, 5 photos ready to send all on one email. That's what I mean. iPad life has come on so far. It is so easy to be productive and work meaningfully on an iPad now because of, amongst many other things, the Files app. And you can personalize folders now, which you couldn't do before. I didn't realize how important that was when they announced it at WWDC. You can recolor folders, you can add icons to folders to personalize them, and of course, you can also tag folders. Now, tagging is really important. Not only can you tag folders, you can tag files. So let's say you decide that everything to do with work, you're going to tag red. Now you go into the sidebar in your Files app, and there you can tap on red. Every file that you've got that's marked with red on your iPad will be shown there. It's a quick and really easy way to access things. You can separate out home life, work life, hobbies, projects, just by tagging things with colors that you're in control of and that you designate. And also, did you know that you can put in SSDs into your iPad? Now let's look at this big movie file that I've got on my Dropbox accounts. Let's say I wanted to edit that on my Mac. Trying to airdrop that would have been painful. But now I can just plug an SSD or any kind of enclosure into my iPad. I can drag it from the sidebar. If you open up the Files app, you'll see the SSD in the sidebar there. You can just open up another window, and then you can drag from one place onto your SSD, take the SSD with you, and now you're ready to edit on any other iPad or Mac that you should want to. Since I've started to use iPad more and more and more, I realize how flexible it is. It's never going to be a Mac. It shouldn't ever try to be a Mac. As Steve Jobs said, it is a third way of working, and it's a great way of working. And people have said to me, why would you work on an iPad when you've got plenty of Macs you can work on? It's because it is a different way of working. Sometimes I just want a fresh way of working. Somehow it feels an easier way of working, less formal. There's just something about working on an iPad when you really understand how it works that is refreshing, and it's something I think you really ought to look into. If you've got an iPad, go and use it. Enjoy it for what it is. If you're enjoying this video, I really could do with your help. By the end of the year, I'd love to get to 100,000 subs. It seems a long way away at the moment. We're only at just under 40,000, but with your help, only with your help can I do that. I want to carry on delivering great videos for you week after week after week. I want to travel for you this year. I want to show what these products are like to use out in the wild, for real, not just in a studio environment. I need your help to do that. So do all the good stuff for me. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications as well. And also, every single Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. UK time, I send out a totally free video newsletter that talks about things that I can't talk about on this main channel. Things like what sponsors I might be dealing with, what new gear I've bought, what I'm up to away from the studio. If that sounds like it could be of interest to you, leave me your email address. On my website, there's details down below, talkingtechandaudio.com. That will come to you each and every Sunday. And also, we started our own Discord server last year. If you'd like to be part of our community, a growing community of Apple nuts, that's the place to be. Again, there are details in the description how you can join our Discord server. If you've enjoyed this video about an iPad, I'm going to leave a video for you to watch now, which explains what one thing turned me into a fervent iPad user.